You had your House of Delegates convention
Yes.
in January. I understand that you discussed ways by which the IBP can help protect, this time,
Yes.
the marine environment.
Yes.
How did you get there from human rights to con to marine environment?
Well, you know, it's fortunate that there are many people helping us in the IBP, and we have several committees also, and we have an international law committee, which is also very active, and I have to acknowledge their efforts also. And they saw the importance of this ruling in the Philippines versus China case, which was handed out in 2016, and you know, we saw that instead of moving the ball forward to a goal, the Philippine government somehow froze the ball, and the ball is now being brought towards the opposite direction. So we thought of ways on how to help or to somehow compel government to take action on this. So the judiciary is a fertile ground because if ever, for instance, in the House of Delegates, we explored the possibility of filing, with the help of the non-government organizations, environmental advocates, filing a petition for the issuance of a writ of kalikasan in the Supreme Court against the contractors or the poachers or the private construction companies who helped build the artificial islands, because they might have been, well, they destroyed the environment in essence because the several coral reefs were destroyed to lay up a platform for those artificial islands. So if the Supreme Court, for instance, responds favorably, we can say that finally the government, the Philippine government, has taken an official position that would indicate that it is not waiving the favorable decision of the arbitral tribunal. So that is the intention. And of course, the other case is that when the government personnel in charge of protecting the environment are being slapped with harassment actions in order for them to effectively be barred from performing their functions, the IBP is willing to help them respond to those harassment actions.
The first type of case that you may file has to do with companies that were involved in destroying, or
yes, because
but these are Chinese companies, aren't they?
Yes, but
they fall within
Philippine
the
courts can exercise jurisdiction if they do acts or certain acts within Philippine that encroach upon Philippine.
That
Philippine
will be
rights.
an interesting case.
Yes, because the Constitution provides that protection of the marine environment is a duty of the state, is a positive duty on the part of the state.
For example, it's very clear in Mischief Reef,
Yes.
which is within the
EEZ.
and they have built artificial islands
Yes.
there. So will you use Mischief Reef as the first?
I think there are 7 islands. And,
yes, you'll do all in one case.
It's possible. We're talking with we are in the process of formulating our strategy with the NGOs involved in maritime protection.
Oh, this will be very interesting.
Yes,
and do you think this will be out within the year?
We hope so, because as you can see, recent photos have shown that they have practically finished with the air bases in those islands.
Yes. Okay, so even if they are foreign companies, as long as they operated within the jurisdiction of the Philippines, then it falls under
the Supreme Court.
Court.
Well, we hope that the courts will see the wisdom behind this and see and assume jurisdiction over these foreign companies and poachers who thrive on the illegal fishing within our EEZ.
You'll have a lot on your hands. You also have to watch Benham Rise.
That's another story.
That's 13 million
Yes.
hectares.
Yes.
And also there's apparently it needs to be watched now more than ever also because the Chinese have named some features already.
Yes, of course.
But I know that you cannot spread yourself too
Well, I'm thankful
thinly.
to the delegates who actually proposed these resolutions from the floor. So you can see it's not me. Actually,
So at least
there is a big body of lawyers who want to do this.
That's